And Francesca Marino, the journalist behind that report, is now joining us on the broadcast. Thanks very much, Francesca, for speaking with us yet again here on WION World is One. Let me begin by asking you to elaborate for our viewers the fresh details that have now emerged post the Balakot airstrikes.
Yes. As you said it all practically. These details have been emerging during all this time, slowly, because, of course, my source is scared. People there are very scared. So it has been, emerging slowly. I put everything together. As you said, the operation has been orchestrated by Pakistani army and the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Of course, everything has been clear. That if you remember, the Pakistani army spokesperson said there's no Jaish-e-Mohammed in Pakistan. But you can find online the previous signboard. You can find the actual signboard. I've published it. I've got photos taken last year in the camp. And I compared them with photos taken days ago. So everything has been cleared. There's no anymore any track, any footprint of Jaish-e-Mohammed. I've also published a photo where two Jaish-e-Mohammed fellows are shown in the camp. But yes, it has been very well orchestrated.
Right, and very well orchestrated to the extent that the camp area has now been put, according to your report, under the control of the army, with a captain rank officer having been made in charge. That's the extent to which the Pakistan government and the Pakistan army's cover-up plan has gone. And days after those strikes, we've seen how the Pakistani authorities, the Pakistani government was not willing to allow any journalists to access that exact spot. Just a few weeks back, of course, there were reports that the Pakistani government was giving in to the pressure, and just days ago had allowed journalists to finally access the strike site. But that was also completely covered up, and a massive cover-up, of course, had been engaged by the Pakistani officials.
See, a group of selected journalists have been taken there with the army, surrounded by the army. They have been shown the madrasa, which has been whitewashed clearly. It shows in my photo clearly whitewashed, and the signboard has been changed. But the camp spreads actually on a 2 kilometers area. They've not been taken in the part that has been hit. They've been taken and shown only that portion. They've been allowed and with advice to be quick. They've been allowed to answer few questions to the children shown sitting in the madrasa. Now, you just tell me, who builds a madrasa for children in an area far away from the village, which requires an hour and a half of climbing to be reached? And I've been told also by my source that even the shepherds in the area are not allowed anymore to trespass the army post, which has been set after, which is the landmark to start the climb. It's called Blue Pine Hotel.
And your report also says that the casualty figure was between 130 to 176. Those are specific figures that have come in. And also saying that 45 people are still undergoing treatment.
Yes, it is 130 to 170, including those who died in the hospital during treatment. Yes, and people are still undergoing treatment and are in army's care. The wounded have not been taken to any proper hospital. Is an Arkat ul-Mujahideen camp, and they are treated by army doctors. So nothing. It has been shown out of the army and terrorist camps compounds.
And a total of 11 trainers were killed during those airstrikes as well.
Yes, this I said also in my first report. I had been told, if you remember.
Yes.
But yes, so 11 of them. And then the further thing is 2 of them were Afghanis. But I had been told in the past that a number of the boys who died were supposed to be sent to Afghanistan.
What your report also states is once these injured were taken to the medical facility for treatment and were being treated by army doctors, 45 of them still undergoing treatment, the Jaish-e-Mohammed members were made to visit the families of those who were killed, and cash compensation was also handed out. Yeah,
apparently the job to silence the families had been taken up by Jaish-e-Mohammed. They've been going to the families, handling cash, and of course threatening them. So nothing would come up. Local talks of people are also saying that Jaish-e-Mohammed members have been heard telling their cadres that some sort of revenge will come up. They will take some sort of revenge.
And the cover-up of the Pakistani authorities goes to the extent that all the boards indicating the presence of the Jaish-e-Mohammed madrasas have been taken down, and which is why after the entire cleanup operation is when the journalists were in that supposed operation to try and ascertain the details of the airstrikes taken weeks after the airstrikes were carried out.
As I told you, the camp spreads on a 2 kilometers area. They have been taken just to visit a madrasa. That was not hit. The madrasa was cleared by any Jaish-e-Mohammed sign, and the journalists have been taken there. That's all. Everything has been cleared. But you know, this has to match also with the claim there's no Jaish-e-Mohammed in Pakistan. So, but I wonder if there's no Jaish-e-Mohammed in Pakistan, how it is that Masood Azhar is there.
Right. So, which is why? What do you make then of first the U-turn that the Pakistani army spokesperson had made, and now the admission and then the deniability? It's been not a very consistent stance that Pakistan has maintained as far as the airstrikes are concerned.
See, I think they play on the short memory of people. They just go on saying things, and since very few people takes the pain to go back and check what they are saying, they can say whatever they want. And their press will not talk because they are terrified.
Right, and the very fact that the army spokesperson had said that there is no Jaish-e-Mohammed on Pakistani soil, that of course came days after Pakistan was forced to admit that its authorities were ascertaining further details of what exactly transpired. So the two accounts definitely did not match, and even the statements that have been coming in from the Pakistani authorities do not fall in line with what the Pakistani army had said earlier.
No, nothing. I mean, they keep saying there's no Jaish-e-Mohammed. They keep saying many things. Their minister said actually, we spoke to Masood Azhar. Then the claim there's no Jaish-e-Mohammed in Pakistan came. Then there are no terrorists in Pakistan. So then the list of all the terrorist organizations, we will proscribe them. No, they've already been proscribed, but they are still operating. If they are already being proscribed, how how are you saying you will freeze their accounts? See, the point is Pakistan is in a very bad economic shape. They need to clear things to get the FMI help, not to be blacklisted by FATF, which will happen if they don't show they are taking serious steps against terrorism, which they are not taking it.
Right, and we've been talking to you. We spoke to you days after the airstrikes as well, and you had said that further details will emerge. We do now have those further details, but you have been speaking to a number of people on ground. What else have they shared with you in terms of what they saw in terms of the cover-up?
I'm still waiting to get confirmation for other details. I'm not saying anything till I'm not sure, because whatever people think, I check my information. So I'm not sharing any other details until I will have 100% confirmation.
All right, so we are waiting for the details. As Francesca is telling us, the casualty figure is between 130 to 170 is what she has so far been able to gather. 45 of those are still undergoing treatment, and 11 trainers that she had earlier said, 2 of them belonging to Afghanistan. Was that something that you found surprising, Francesca?
Yes and no. I mean, not really, because I mean, is a very well-known thing. There are terrorists coming and going between the two countries. So no, not really. I mean, if we consider, and we did, Taliban as terrorists, they have been hosted by Pakistani government. So why are you surprised?
Absolutely.
Why are you surprised? They were going in and out Afghanistan. And why are you surprised of denials in that same area? The Americans catched Bin Laden, and Pakistan had always denied Bin Laden was there. It was a few kilometers far from Balakot.
Absolutely. We're going to leave it there for the moment. Francesca Marino, thanks very much indeed for helping our viewers better understand the latest details that have now emerged regarding the Balakot airstrikes. As Francesca is telling us, further details are expected to emerge over the next few days and weeks. We'll, of course, keep a close eye on that. But WION World is One had travelled to Balakot the day after India's strike, where the Indian Air Force carried out the airstrike and destroyed the Jaish-e-Mohammed's biggest training camp. WION was the first Indian channel to have visited the site, busting the lie that Islamabad has been peddling. Our team, remember, was not allowed to travel to the hilltop and was continuously followed. This is what we found.